romantic call. Talking to my baby down in my yard. I'm on a romantic call. My man patron I go take me from. Hello, mommy. Can I speak to Bobby? And I'm feeling real lonely. I wanna talk to my baby. This is giving me very much Patra. This is giving me very much queen of the pack. Period, sweetie.
G-O-O-O-D. G-O-O-O-D. Good.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Now in today's video, I am going to be showing you how to achieve these flawless jumbo knotless braids. Now this was my first time doing it, so I had a very interesting time achieving it, but I'd like to say for my first time, they came out pretty well. So if you'd like to see how I achieved this look, please keep watching. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to need is a wide or a big teeth comb to clear out your hair. You do not want to use a fine teeth comb as this. However, you will need this comb to achieve those crispy, clean parts. The next thing you're going to need is the Shine and Jam Magic Fingers. I love this for braiding. It just gives your hair that sleek and clean, polished look. The next thing you're going to need are hair clips for when you part your hair in sections so it doesn't get tangled. And then, of course, you're going to need the olive oil hair mousse for your finishing touches. Now, I got this thread rack from Amazon. I love this for when I'm braiding my own hair because I can pre-section the hair and just grab it as I'm braiding rather than having to consistently grab from the pack. Now, you want to start with a product-free, freshly washed and blow-dried hair. Very important. So the first thing I'm doing is parting my hair from the top of my ear across to the other top of my hair. And then I'm going to part it from the bottom of my ear across to the opposite ear. So you should end up with 3 sections as if you were going to do a mohawk. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is putting that Shine and Jam directly on my part. I pre-sectioned them, of course, but to get a cleaner part, I found that using the Shine and Jam directly on my scalp and then going over it with the rat tail comb allows me to get that crispy, clean part. Obviously, I'm doing my hair myself and I cannot see the back of my head, so this just gives me a better guide. Now I'm going around the edges of my head and the nape of my neck to kind of make that a little bit more neater before I go ahead and part it in sections. Once I part it in a section, then I'm gonna go ahead and twist it. I found by doing this prior to actually braiding, it helps the process go by a lot more swifter. And once you get that clean part, the hair from the next side doesn't intertwine with the others. So while sectioning, I did realize that the parts weren't as big as I wanted them to be. So I did go ahead and repart those sections so they were equal on both sides. Now I did go ahead and slow down this section so you guys could see exactly what I was doing. So I went ahead and separated the section into 3 sections and just basically braided like a single braid. And then once I wrapped those 3 sections around at least once, I went ahead and added in the extension below my middle finger. Now this is the way I do it. Everybody has a different way of doing feed-ins, but I feel like this is the easiest way. So once that section was in, I would braid it in with my hair and then proceed to add another extension. Now because I am aiming for jumbo knotless braids, I did go ahead and add about 3 to 4 pieces until I was satisfied with the width of the braid. You can add less if you feel like, but I was going for a more thicker braid. So when I'm doing my own hair, I would braid above my head, and once I felt like those extensions were secure enough, I would come down and braid below my head. Now this is just something I do because braiding above your head is extremely painful and carpal tunnel and all that. All right, so this is what I do for my comfort level, and I also feel like it allows the braid to come out even neater. You'll see at the end how crispy clean and how tight that braid was. Okay, so please don't judge me. But these braids were waistland, and just braiding it directly down is painful. So I went ahead and put the end of that braid in my mouth. It was pre-washed with vinegar. Thank you, thank you. All right. And this just made it easier for me to get to the end of the braid without catching a sprain in my hand. Okay, bye. Okay, so the first braid is completed. You see how nice and neat that is. So we're moving on to the second braid. Again, I'm going to slow down this section so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. So the same thing as the first, we're adding the shine and jam to the edges and the sides, clearing it out. Then we're going to section that piece of hair into 3 smaller sections and begin our braid. Once we begin our braid, we're gonna add that extension to the middle section below the middle finger. Below the middle finger, below the middle finger. Just remember that. Below the middle finger, all right? Easy peasy, 1, 2, 3. Again, this is the way I do it. There's 1,000 different ways that you could do feed-ins. This is the way I have been doing it probably since the time that I've been in 6th grade, and this is just the way that I stuck with. So again, I'm going for a thicker braid. So I added in, I want to say 4 pieces altogether to each braid. And I'm braiding above my head right now. Once I feel like that braid is secure enough, I will switch the position of my hands and braid below. This is my very first how-to, my very first YouTube tutorial. So please excuse me for coming out of the frame. My very first YouTube tutorial on myself. So please, please excuse me for coming out of the frame on more than one occasion. My bad. But it's just something that I have to get accustomed to. And thanks in advance for your understanding and your patience. Thank you. Something I forgot to mention in the previous clip, once I am coming down to the end of my hair, I like to go ahead and dip my fingers, all my braiding fingers, back into the shine and jam. So it kind of helps to seals my hair with the braid, and there's none of my hair poking out of the braid once the braid is completed. So now I'm going ahead to do the same thing I did with the first row. I am putting that shine and jam in my scalp. Well, at least I try to get it all on my scalp. Then I'm using both the tip and the end of the rat tail comb to get a cleaner, crispier part. So because I am doing triangle parts, I kind of use my fingers to feel what I did on a previous row. And I'm repeating the first steps that I did, putting the shine and jam in the part to kind of clean up the part after I parted it, and then twisting that section, which is going to allow me to have a smoother transition as I braid. So I'm gonna break this down one more time. So we're taking that section that we parted, we're putting the shine and jam around the edges, clearing out the hair. Then we're sectioning that section into 3 smaller sections and beginning our braid. Once we begin our braid, we're gonna add in that hair below the middle finger. And we're going to braid down a little bit more, then add in another extension. Like I said before, I'm going for a thicker braid, so I added in about 3 to 4 pieces. And then once we feel like the braid is secure enough, we're going to switch the position of our hands so we don't catch a cramp. Okay, so like I did on the previous braid, I am coming to the end of my hair. So what I did was just tap my fingers in the shine and jam just to seal my hair within sections and to make sure that it doesn't poke out the completed braid. So guys, this marks the end of my voiceover. I hope you guys enjoyed all the tips and tricks that I included within this video. This is the way that I do my braids. Like I said, there's 100 different ways that you can do it. This is just the way that has worked for me. Now, if you have any comments or questions, or you just want to say good job, or you tried it, please feel free to leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. Lots of love, lots of hugs, lots of kisses. It's your girl, So Sharifa. See you in the next video. Hey guys, I did forget to mention this. So once I'm finished with my braids, I like to go take each braid and trim all the flyaways off. And then I like to dip it in hot water. So hot water is essential if you want your braids to be free flowing. And the last thing that I like to do is saturate my braids in mousse to bring that look all together. Once again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. See you guys in the next video.
Good.